Good morning, everybody. Is this thing working? This is on. Every year, my family, which is just my two folks and my older sister, we do a Disney trip at Christmas. Not happening this year for obvious reasons. And the two opposing personalities of myself and my sister really show up in the preparation process for getting to the airport and getting to the hotel and everything when it comes to packing. My sister, in traveler world, is just an absolute goblin when it comes to preparing for a trip. Her philosophy is, I don't know exactly what outfit I'm going to want to wear on a particular day at a particular moment, so I'm just going to bring all of it. And so she has about 5 bags with which she travels, including one massive bag that's just shoes. My packing philosophy is I make a week ahead of time my very specific and itemized list of here's exactly the items I'm going to need to get me through the week. And I have my little half-sized duffel bag that I pack very precisely and bring with me. My mom and my dad, though, because they don't want the siblings to squabble, insist that there needs to be an equal sharing of carrying the load of baggage. And every year, it just ticks my toot that I spent all this time trying to pack just this little bag, and my sister's wardrobe, the outlet store that she brings with her on vacation, is being inflicted upon me, right? And I get very upset. Say, I went through a lot to make this happen. And last Christmas, my mom, trying very valiantly to use some common lingo, said, "Oh, Nikki, you're so traveling woke." I said, "Well, that's not really exactly." I said, "But it takes a lot of work to be this woke." The scripture today talks a lot about being awake, or what we might think of as being spiritual wokefulness. And the readings remind us that being woke takes work. It's not a thing that just happens. Spiritual wokefulness, like its socio-cultural equivalent, isn't something that is just passively received or accidentally stumbled upon. It's something that's actively achieved and pursued. You have to want to see things the way they really are, and you have to be willing to open your eyes to make that happen. I think it's an important thing to remember in the spiritual life, especially when it comes to our interactions with other people. We can't force other people to see reality if they don't want to see it. We can't inflict a truth on other people that they are not willing or ready to embrace. And vice versa. Other people can't make us grow in our spiritual lives. They can't inflict that on us. Even God can't force himself on us. We have to be willing to embrace that, and we have to actively pursue that. Spiritual wokefulness takes work. It's a heavy lift, and we got to be willing to carry our own bags. It's a very abstract concept. 4 more practical things for what is some of the work that we might do in order to be more awake in our spiritual lives. Number 1, and I think it's obvious, though it gets forgotten, is the benefit of prayer. And in this case, the benefit of silent opportunities for prayer. Just like in our bodily physical senses, so in our spiritual ones, when you shut one off a little bit, the other one becomes more open. So when you shut off the sound, the sight gets better. Right? So if you want to have an opportunity to be woke spiritually, you got to shut up sometimes. Second is the value of study, of actually being bothered to learn things. It's always really kind of confused and bothered me when, by virtue of being a friar, people want to ask all of their theological questions. It's every book that I or Friar Peter ever read in theology school, you can buy on Amazon, or you can get in the library. We're not Gnostics. It's not secret knowledge that we're hiding from other people. You just have to be willing to look for it. Third, the value of after you've prayed about stuff and after you've studied up on stuff to spend some intentional time thinking about those things, reflecting on them, sitting out on one of the rocking chairs on campus, sipping a glass of lemonade, contemplating the truths of theology. And then fourth, the value of a good community of conversation, of discussion, of who are trusted people in my life who I can talk to about these things, people who might be wiser than I am in the spiritual realm, from whom I might have something to learn, but remembering always they can't make me learn those things. They can only help me if I'm already prepared for it. So the task of the Christian life as the spiritual life is to do the work of being woke and to carry our own bags.